Hello everyone, welcome to week 2 lecture videos. In this week we'll be covering chapter 6, problem definition, the foundation of business research. In this chapter we have 6 learning objectives, so I will upload 6 separate videos on each of these learning objectives. And in this video I will be talking about the first learning objective, why problem definition is important for a useful business research. You know, in the last week we have learned that the main purpose of business research is to identify a business problem and provide a solution to this problem. So in business research, we actually find out a business situation and translate it into something that can be researched. So this process starts with writing down a decision statement. Decision statement is basically a question, a research question that will be answered. So this is the key question or key purpose the research is conducted for. Since this is the key question research will be answering, it has to be clear and it has to be very specific. And this decision statement is a part of whole problem definition process. The problem definition is a large process that involves defining and developing a decision statement and also steps involved in translating this decision statement into some actionable research questions and research hypotheses. So you understand this problem definition involves a number of steps. Now it's difficult to say that which step is important, but it's very important that each steps are prudently done, because if this problem definition process breaks down in any step, then the research result will not only become useless, it may become harmful. For example, if you are researching about the prospective demand of a particular product, and if the problem definition process breaks down and your research come up with a wrong estimation of your product's demand, then you may end up huge loss because of wrong investment in products and services. Now, apparently we might think that defining problem is easy. However, that may not be all the time. Whether a problem definition is easy or difficult, that depends on some factors. For example, if the situation is recurring or the situation is a new one, if there is a dramatic change or the change is taking place over a long period of time, if there are isolated symptoms or scattered symptoms, if there are consistent symptoms or ambiguous symptoms. So first of all, if the situations are recurring or it appears new, if you find out a business situation that is recurring, that is routine, then defining a problem may be easier. Just think about pricing issues for different companies. You know, the gasoline price differs in station to station, even maybe within 1 kilometer radius. Think about airline ticket prices. These ticket prices varies in different times of a day, in different days of a week, in different week of a month, or even different months of a year. So that's apparently that we might think that this is very difficult. However, that might not, because although this pricing is a very important and delicate issue, since company needs to take this decision on a routine or regular basis, the problem definition may be easier. So what typically is done, all the information related to pricing is fed into a decision support system, and computer generates prices from all this information provided. In contrast, the pricing or any other decision can be difficult if it is new. For example, as I was talking about the pricing of airline tickets, and as I said that when it is routine, it's easier to define problem. Now, if I give you an example, let's take Malaysian Airlines. They had a number of unfortunate issues in last few years. As a result, they had to adjust their ticket prices. Now, this is not as easy as it is done routinely by other airlines because this situation is new. Okay? Now, let's come to point number 2. If the change is dramatic, then defining a problem might be easier. For example, McDonald's finds a sharp decline in their sales. Now, it might be easier to find out that there is a new competitor in the region, or maybe the price is too much, or maybe there is a economic recession whatsoever. However, if sales declines, however, it takes place over a long period of time and the changes is very subtle, then defining problem may not be easier. Next point is if the symptoms are isolated or the symptoms are scattered. If you can remember, we learned about symptoms in the last lecture. We have seen that symptoms themselves may not be problem, but they may be indicators of problems. Now, if a company finds some symptom, but these symptoms are isolated and all the symptoms are pointing to a particular problem, then defining problem may be easier. Let's say that an automobile manufacturer getting some complaints about increased warranty costs due to repairs, about high labor costs due to inefficiency, or low performance ratings by consumers, then it might indicate that there is a problem in the production area. However, if the automobile manufacturer received complaints, one related to an unpleasant environment in dealership, or another complaint related to unsatisfactory gas mileage, then defining problem may be easier because different symptoms are indicating different problems. The last point is if symptoms are consistent, then it is easier to define a problem. However, if symptoms are ambiguous, then problem definition may be difficult. For example, let's say a supermarket experiences higher customers, higher sales, and higher profit. Then symptoms are consistent, results are consistent. They find that their customer declines, sales declines, profit declines. Consistent. However, if a supermarket finds that their number of customers increases, sales increases, but profit declines, then defining a problem might be easier. Defining a problem might be difficult. So whether a problem definition is easy or difficult depend on number of factors. So this is the end of this video. Please see the next video for a discussion on learning objective 2. Thank you.